Hi everyone, welcome to our new UJV series, Currents by UJV. We're very excited to have you all here, and we are going to begin this series with Costa Rica, the sweet spot between adventure and indulgence. We're gonna give everyone a couple more minutes to join, but we would love to see in the chat if you can see us and hear us clearly, and also where are you connecting from. After the presentation, we are going to host a Q&A. So also if you have any questions throughout, please feel free to write it in the chat and we will address them as soon as we're done. Thank you. Awesome. We have Michelle joining from Austin, Texas. Hi, Michelle. We have Angie from Fort Worth, Texas. I actually went to school in TCU, so I'm a huge Fort Worth fan.
I'm actually in Dallas, everyone. Hello.
We have Olivia from London. Hi, Olivia. Emily from Atlanta, and we have Stephanie from Broomfield, Colorado.
Cool.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Very excited to have you all. We have Anne from Houston and Angela from Maryland.
A lot of people from Texas, which is good because there's direct flights to Costa Rica from Texas. So
Go
Where are you guys right now?
I'm in Texas. I'm in Dallas, Texas.
Joni.
Sorry, I can't see everybody. I'm in California. I'm in Northern California.
And I'm in the Dominican Republic.
We're actually experiencing it's very Costa Rica today. It's raining and I'm in Northern California, so it's giving like rainforest vibes. So it's honestly kind of perfect. Just hope my Wi-Fi stays on for you guys.
Awesome. I think we are ready to start, guys. Remember, if you have any questions, please feel free to write in the chat and we will host a Q&A after our presentation. Joni, the floor is all yours. Thank you.
All right, cool. Thanks, Mariana. So hi, everybody. Welcome. I can't wait to talk to you a little bit more about Costa Rica today. So our goal is really to ensure, what I really want to get across to all of you is I want you to have a current understanding of the product that UJV has in Costa Rica. And I hope that you truly come away with really the most current understanding of Costa Rica through the eyes of UJV, its geography, its main regions, and what makes it such a unique destination, from the beaches to the rainforests, and the road that connects them. So I want to make sure that I introduce you all to the current UJV Costa Rica product team. We're usually behind the scenes. You don't really talk to us, I think, too much. We're the ones who are in charge of really the overall growth and curation of the product catalog at UJV. So our tours, our activities, we manage the contracting, the terms and conditions of all of our partners on the ground. And okay, perfect. So we really manage all of the contracting, the terms and conditions of all of our partners on the ground in Costa Rica, which ultimately supports you, the advisor, in the best conditions and easeability to book. So I'm really excited to go through this webinar series for you all today. I'm Joni. I'm the head of product at UJV. It's nice to meet you. I've got my two Costa Rica experts with me today. We have Mariana Chamorro and Anna Hubble. Anna is a product manager on my team. She's actually from Central America, and she manages all of our direct contracts and partnerships in the region. She just got back from an in-depth trip across Costa Rica. She went to the Guanacaste and La Fortuna Arenal area. Really the heart of Costa Rica's beach to mountain experience, which is like this, it's the iconic itinerary, which I'm going to keep referring back to again and again. Mariana leads our marketing partnerships. If you've been on webinars, you've definitely met her before. She's Costa Rican born and honestly knows most of the luxury hotels firsthand in our portfolio. So I'm really thrilled to get her insight as well. So this new series, Currents by UJV, again, thank you so much for joining. It connects you with us, the product team, about every 2 weeks, and the goal is really to keep you guys up to speed and connected with UJV's portfolio of destinations. We want to share insights. We want to introduce you to our product offerings. We want to address market trends, destinations that are current and trendy like Costa Rica, and the ones that matter now, and the ones that we think would have the most value for your clients. Having just returned from Costa Rica, Anna has a lot of field intelligence to share, which I hope will help with some of your existing bookings. So make sure to ask any questions you have in the chat. And Mariana is actually headed back home soon, so maybe we could arm her with some questions to figure out while she's in destination. And this access part, this access to my team is what's most exciting for me. So make sure to ask us those questions so we can go through to the Q&A after. So Costa Rica is currently surging. It's one of the top performing destinations overall at UJV. And I want to just say happy November, everyone, which might seem a little bit random, but we're currently in Costa Rica's green season. And when I asked Mariana when she'd want to visit Costa Rica, her ideal time, she actually said right now, because it's that magical time when Costa Rica transitions from this heavier rainfall to a lush blooming paradise right before they go into the drier season. Costa Rica has become one of UJV's top performing destinations in the tropics, which I'm super excited to see because it's often been like one of those, quote, off the beaten path regions for us. And it's showing double-digit growth year over year in both production and revenue. Central America, honestly, overall has been trending up, but Costa Rica is really the standout. And one of the things that's most exciting for me is that we see clients doing longer, higher value stays, offering or often doing anywhere from like 7 to 10 nights, which has been the average length of stay. Often people ask why. Why is it surging? Why do I think it's surging? What is the trends telling me? Costa Rica is a 12-month destination. You can go all year long. It sits on the equator. It enjoys steady, warm temperatures year-round and two distinct, although arguably relatively similar seasons. There's the dry season, which we're coming up to right now, which is from December through April. And it's actually the best time. A little insider tip here that I have to share is that it's one of the best times for wildlife spotting. And when I was talking to Mariana before this webinar, she often equated it to similar to like a safari experience in Africa, because it's when the foliage gets a little bit thin and you have better sightseeing opportunities of the wildlife. So you could see the monkeys, the sloths, the iguanas, the coatis, the tropical birds like toucans, and they gather near rivers and lakes. So again, it's easier to be able to view them, which is quite cool. And then the green season, which we're in now, kind of coming out of, turns the country into this vibrant, rain-washed paradise. It used to be characterized by fewer travelers, but what Anna's going to talk about later is we're actually up. We're seeing an increase of people traveling during the green season. And often there's richer wildlife encounters if that's what interests you, but it's just harder to see them because it's so lush. And either way, it's really 12 months of unforgettable adventure. And Costa Rica really exudes this idea of soft adventure, which I was telling the girls before this presentation. I don't know if this is a new term. It was one that I felt really drawn to, especially when thinking about Costa Rica, because it's an incredibly safe destination. But it's a destination that has an incredible amount of diversity just in terms of its like geographical regions. And there's, it lends itself to a longer stay because you're going to go to the beach and then you're going to transfer to the jungle-filled mountains. And this transition from beach to jungle is a huge geographic leap, but it's only about like 2 to 4 hours transfer. And then you could do other experiences such as, experience the cloud forest or the highlands or more remote jungle-oriented experiences as well. But again, it's this idea of having an adventure, being able to travel from point A to point B, going down the local roads, experiencing the local villages, but then, also being treated in luxury and being in a very, safe destination. So it gives you that really cool mix. And it has a lot of differing experiences. So you have like the adrenaline pumping whitewater rafting and world-class zip lining, which is so prevalent in the Arenal and the jungle regions, with this like immersive wellness experience in these eco lodges that Costa Rica is so known for. So it's a really good combination. Um, and as such, it's not like this predictable fly and flop destination like many Caribbean islands are. It's dynamic and it's diverse and it's really designed for travelers who want both excitement and restoration. And if you just want to lay by the beach, like it has that too. But I love the fact that you're able to combine multiple different components. Um, and we're seeing a surge, a current surge in adventure-driven travel and wellness-focused travel, which I know you all are too. And so Costa Rica really fits in and is incredibly relevant to those two trends. Um, and again, it's surging, frankly, because it's like a one-stop shop. It's got everything that you need: the adventure, the wellness, the beach, the jungle, the wildlife, this ability to disconnect and reconnect with nature. And then people are really going beyond the standard. I feel like Papagayo on the coast in Guanacaste has been, very popular because it's where like the big names are, like your Andaz, your Ritz-Carlton, your Four Seasons. But travelers are now really going off the quote off the beaten path into the Nicoya or the Arenal or the jungle areas, or even further afield to the Osa Peninsula. And we're seeing a huge increase in demand for those resorts as well. So I hope I've kind of dug into the destination and the regions a little bit throughout the introduction, but I want to give you, I'll try a high level, but I'm very passionate about this destination, and I've had a lot of fun putting together this presentation for you. So I want to give you an overview of the two regions that Costa Rica is really known for. So for itineraries, the country really splits into two main areas. We have the coast and the rainforest. The great thing is you can easily connect both of them, and UJV provides luxury private transfers, which are in between 2 to 4 hours, often with a tour activity along the way. We connect those two regions. So again, you really get a wide diversity of itinerary with a very short transfer time in between. Arenal sits, oh, you can't see my mouse. But it sits in the northern zone, while Guanacaste or Papagayo stretches along the Pacific coast. And this short distance makes that classic beach, volcano, which is in the Arenal area, jungle itinerary super seamless. You could go from Guanacaste's golden beaches to Arenal's rainforest and volcano within a couple hours, which again supports this trend we're seeing towards longer, higher value stays that combine multiple regions. In true honor of currents, I am currently obsessed with Costa Rica because, and I want you guys to like have this image that I have that I hold so true to my heart and why I love it so much. Like I want to picture us there. So we're starting on the glowing Pacific shores, right? We're with soft sand underfoot. And within hours, we're going to swap our flip-flops for hiking boots as the rainforest hums around you and you have this beautiful sense of place. Waterfalls tumble beside jungle trails. You have the whitewater rapids that cut through emerald canyons, and then wildlife replaces like the city noise or the resort noise. And then you can retreat into the hills to an eco lodge like my favorite, Hacienda Altagracia, where wellness is more than just a spa. It's a whole way of being, and it's what this whole resort is structured around, like these breathing techniques. And then you look out your window and you see horses grazing in the morning mist. You have that famous Costa Rican coffee brewing at sunrise. And your nights are spent under a canopy of stars. And this type of like immersive experience, this is what draws me to the area. And again, it's all about like people always want to disconnect, reconnect with nature, get out of their norm, go off the beaten path. This is a way to do it in a really safe, luxurious way. But back to business. In terms of like current trends, travel trends, we're seeing a lot of new resort developments. We're seeing a lot of wellness and eco-luxury experiences and branded residences that are really all accelerating. So for example, in the Papagayo Guanacaste area, Costa Rica will soon welcome its first St. Regis resort and residences in 2027, which UJV will be able to offer. And that's going to be a major draw for high net worth travelers. So as such, resorts in the Guanacaste area are really what we're seeing direct as well at UJV are outperforming other regions, showing that there's really this demand migrating towards beachfront premium properties. But please don't overlook Arenal and the highlands and the rainforest, because this is where wellness focused eco lodges really continue to appeal to travelers seeking that mindful experience. So again, Costa Rica is super current, it's present. If you have clients that want that wellness, that adventure, definitely recommend this destination. And simply put, what's also driving demand is that it's really easy to get to. So if you joined at the beginning, you'll notice I mentioned that there are nonstop direct flights from most of the VUF's hubs, including Boston, Chicago, Dallas, LA, New York, to both San Jose, Costa Rica, and Liberia. Liberia is actually the preferred airport these days because if you want to do like that standard beach rainforest itinerary, Papagayo and Arenal, it's much closer to those two areas. And Costa Rica has honestly really leveled up its private high-touch service. I know Anna's going to talk a little bit more about this when she does the hotels, but luxury travelers can really expect personalized, discreet attention at every turn. At UJV, we've really honed the private guided experience with our ground partners. We were focusing on rainforest hikes, tailored culinary experiences, and the resorts really match that level of expertise too. So, and then, we always hear about sustainability, and what does that really mean? Sustainability is really a standard across Costa Rica. It's not a buzzword. It's embedded in all of their operations. These resorts really embrace regenerative practices, sourcing local ingredients, and protecting the surrounding ecosystem, which to me is really important when you travel. All right, now before I hand it off to my beloved colleague, Anna, please remember, UJV can do everything for you. Please, please, please do not think of us just for hotels, especially when looking at a destination so itinerary rich as Costa Rica. We go beyond hotel partnerships, although our hotel partnerships are incredible and we have very, very personalized relationships with them. We do the full itinerary. We do the tours, the transfers, the flights, the insurance. We have personal vetted on the ground experiences. We do your spa reservations, your dinner reservations. We have whole teams to manage that. So please remember us for creating that full itinerary. And without further ado, Anna, you take it away.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you today. My name is Anna, and I'm a product manager for Central America region. I'm actually born and raised in Central America myself. And because of that, of course, really passionate about the destination and really happy to be here with you today. I wanted to start with a visual to kind of give you an image of where everything is located in Costa Rica. The majority of properties here, like Johnny said, will divide between Guanacaste and the Arenal area, at least the ones on our portfolio. But we also have some off the beaten path destinations that are great for those clients that are looking just for a little extra adventure and seclusion. Number one in here will show you what the Guanacaste area will encompass. And number 2 and 3 is where the Papagayo and the Nicoya Peninsula are located, just to kind of give you an idea. And then number 4 will show you where that northern region, Arenal, La Fortuna, Escola La Juela, is at. So I hope that helps a little bit. And let's start with the properties on our coastal region. So Currents by UJV, we want to make this about what's new in this area, what is new to UJV. And for this region, the Waldorf Astoria, Punta Cacique, as well as the Ritz-Carlton Necahui are the newest additions to our Guanacaste portfolio. They're both great luxury options for both families and couples, to be honest with you. We visited both of these properties during our fam. Punta Cacique has an amazing kids club and a huge, huge teens club as well, for example, but it also caters to couples. And the same thing with Necahui. It is a superb room product, beautiful views. In my opinion, some of the most beautiful views in Costa Rica are from the Papagayo Peninsula. I also want to mention that the W Costa Rica is now an all-inclusive property, one of the first of its kind. And it also has an amazing beach. And although the W brand speaks more to adults because of that amazing beach, known as one of the best ones in Costa Rica, it is also an option that I don't want you to discard for families that are visiting as well. Within the Central Pacific, we recently added Los Altos, which is the closest luxury property that you will have to the Manuel Antonio National Park. And it's within walking distance to shops and restaurants. It has an apartment style luxury suites, and this makes it perfect for families and for multi-generational clients as well. Now moving on to the rainforest region. Our newest addition to the UJV portfolio is Amor Arenal. This is another beautiful luxury, eco-friendly lodge. It has a focus on wellness and sustainability, and it's just perfect for couples and honeymooners, but the minimum age is actually 13. And I also wanted to mention another update within this region. The Origin Lodges are now divided into Origin Astral and which is family friendly, and Origins Floral, which is now adults only. And then also within the Osa Peninsula, which is referred to as the Amazon of Costa Rica because of its diversity, for the more adventurous client or for someone that's looking for a true rainforest experience, we have SCP Corcovado Wilderness Lodge. It's just a quick charter plane from the San Jose Airport, followed by a 1 hour boat tour, very scenic boat tour as well. And it will have you in Rainforest Haven. And again, I just wanted you to have a visual of how close everything is. So on the next slide, we'll be able to see a map. Number 1 is where the Osa Peninsula is located. Number 2 is our cloud forest in the Central Highlands, where properties like El Silencio are located. Number 3 is where Arenal is. And number 4 is where the San Jose Airport is located. I hope that helps a little bit. So we have some sample itineraries for you to look at here. If you are brand new to selling Costa Rica and you're not very familiar with it and not feeling very confident, the on-selling formula here is definitely to pair Guanacaste with Arenal. It is literally like having 2 vacations in one, like visiting 2 very different countries. You can actually start in Arenal if you would like to get all of your activities done first, and then transfer to the Liberia airport and visit a beautiful, relaxing beach property. And then after that, after you're fully relaxed, you get to go home. But if you're going to add other destinations to your itinerary and you want to do a longer itinerary, for example, I do recommend that you start with Guanacaste and then move over to Arenal. And then from there, you have several options. You can add more dates at El Silencio, for example, which will be only a couple hours drive from the Arenal area. Another option would be to take a charter flight to Hacienda Altagracia or to make your way to the Osa Peninsula. Or you can also fly over to the properties near Manuel Antonio, like Los Altos or Arenal de Mar as well. In the same way, and of course, you have some itineraries here on the screen, but I just wanted to make sure that you knew what other options you can pair this week. In the same, you can also head to Las Catalinas, which is a beautiful, charming, walkable town, or the Waldorf Astoria, Punta Cacique, or Andas Papagayos, for example, and then you can head towards Arenal and Origins from there. It will be in under 2 hours as well. So many options. If you're ever in doubt, please contact your UJV Tropics partner and we'll be happy to help you. On the next slide, I just wanted to highlight the properties that we visited during our FAM in June. Beautiful experience we had. Boots on the ground. We had agents from our sales team that accompanied me on this FAM as well. But we actually also have boots on the ground right now. I don't know if you have been taking a look at our social media, but part of our sales team and our BD team are actually currently in Costa Rica as well, getting familiar with the product to better assist you. Next slide. As far as experiences, I just really wanted to highlight that we have amazing, trusted, fully vetted partners in Costa Rica. I'm actually a big fan. They make the experience unforgettable. And one of the things I wanted to mention, just like Joni said before, is that even the hotel transfers here are an experience. Like, for example, we went from Las Catalinas to the Arenal area, and we had an option to stop for a quick hike and a waterfall. And then along the line, we also stopped at a local cafe, experienced the local cuisine. And then our amazing partners, they would spot animal life and then they will pull over to the side of the road and they will set up their binoculars and all of their equipment and show us the different wildlife around us. So we saw sloths, we saw caimans, toucans. It was great. It was amazing. Some of the experiences, if we can go back, some of the experiences that I do want to highlight are private coffee and chocolate tours and tastings. The Pura Vida cooking classes are great too. We got to visit the farm where they do those. You actually get to go to the farm side and pick the ingredients and then move over to the area where you're doing the cooking, and it's just beautiful all around. ATV adventures are so much fun as well. And the whitewater river rafting was my favorite thing to experience in Costa Rica. I can tell you, we got the best pictures. They will live forever in our team WhatsApp. I think they're so funny to see the different personalities. Some of us were scared, some of us were excited, but at the end of it, it just became a big favorite of UJV and many, many other things. So why Costa Rica? We've received amazing feedback from visitors and for travel agents that have used us for Costa Rica in the past, which obviously, leads to high conversion rates and high repeat client potential. People come back happy from Costa Rica, and people come back wanting to go back and explore more areas and for more time. We are your reliable partner in the destination, and we can absolutely help you make that happen. It is a fairly new destination, in comparison to the rest of the world. And as Costa Rica continues to grow, we continue to grow with it. Now, some destination intel that I wanted to leave you with, like Johnny mentioned, green season demand is up 30%. Why? Because travelers are chasing color and calm. They are chasing the beautiful green colors around you. And one insider tip, the Guanacaste area tends to be a lot more dry. During the green season, you do see more rain within the Arenal La Fortuna area. However, that area receives most of its rain in the afternoon and the early evening. So that really allows you to go through your day, do all of your activities. Then, we would go back to our hotel, get ready for dinner, come back, and then just go to sleep with the sound of the rain. So it makes it really, really perfect. Costa Rica is also outperforming St. Lucia and Turks and Caicos in advisor satisfaction. Again, everyone that is traveling to Costa Rica is coming back happy. There's new lift from Boston and Chicago, and more coming through LA as well, making it easy to get to. And then the road to Papagayo, which used to be a little bit problematic, is now done. The expansion is done and it's reducing the transfer times. So if you fly into Liberia and you're going to the Papagayo area, it's under 30 minutes. It's a very easy drive. And of course, there's no visa required for US travelers. So I wanted to also feature some of our amazing partners in Central America, not only in Costa Rica, but in Belize, for example, our partners from Itzana. In Honduras, Kimpton Grand Roatan. Roatan is such a beautiful option and island full of culture. In Nicaragua, we have Necupe, one of my favorites, of course. And in Panama, we have our Nayara partners as well. So please think of us when you are exploring other Central American regions. And I'll pass it over to Joni, who's also going to tell us about our global portfolio.
All right, hey everybody. Thanks, Anna. So on the product team, we are constantly, and I mean constantly, within the last 4 years, we've added close to 500 new hotel partners. So please, please, please always check the website, always check with your business development manager, always check with your dedicated reservation agent at UJV to see what new and exciting hotels we have and what destinations we're expanding into. We're always on the move. So I just wanted to feature a few of the new hotels that we've added within the last year. So in the Caribbean, we have Aurora Anguilla coming back on. We added the Strand in Turks and Caicos, Sunset Reef, and St. Kitts and Nevis, which is this beautiful little boutique hotel with a stunning view. In Europe, we added some iconic hotels, the Syracuse, Borgo Ignazia, Bulgari Volano, Jumeirah Capri Palace. Remember us for other destinations too. Maldives, we have Heritage Zara, the South Pacific as well. We're adding resorts all over French Polynesia and Fiji. The United States too. We have quite an extensive portfolio throughout Colorado, Utah, adding more to Florida, and then of course the eagerly anticipated one and only Moonlight Basin, which we are offering as well. And then Hawaii, which we're constantly expanding, such as with the Wailea Beach Resort and the Ritz-Carlton residences. So again, I just wanted you all to remember, we're always adding new properties. We're constantly expanding our portfolio and our offerings. So please always check with us. And then before we leave, I know we've been in Costa Rica and I've been taking you through the wonderful, beaches and forests, but please remember us also for UJV Africa and Europe. These unique entities within UJV and like Costa Rica are focused on the full itinerary. Giving a little love to Europe, we do everything on the ground, full logistic, concierge, crisis management. We've got you covered. We have an ultralux portfolio. We do everything from the rail, the hydrofoil, ferry tickets, VIP meet and greet. We have direct relationships with the guides, with the transfer providers. So we're really committed to the full itinerary, restaurant reservations, multi-city, multi-country, etc. And the majority of our Europe team is actually based in Europe, including the contracting team as well. And just like in the rest of in our global portfolio, we have some iconic brands. I wanted just to give a little bit love to Europe post Costa Rica. So have some of the iconic brands we work with there. And some of the independent properties that I also wanted to give some special feature to, because it's really amazing that UJV is able to have some of these collaborations, like with Licinius, Palazzo Vino, Borgo Ignazia, Excelsior Vittoria. And UJV is always thinking of new and creative and honestly really freaking awesome things to share with the advisors. So we have this, I don't know if you've been looking at our socials, you should, because it's been incredible lately. We have this wonderful initiative called Earned Not Bought, which is 14 nights, 5 stops, London, Safari in Kenya, Dubai, and then Maldives, hosted by a UJV agent. It's for the top 4 winners will be awarded advisor winners and their plus ones. And it's for top UJV sales within 2025. So if you have more questions, definitely let us know about that. But that's something super exciting that we're doing for our advisor community. All right. Thank you guys. I really appreciate your time. Mariana, do you want to handle the questions unless you've already done so? I can't see the message box, guys, so I'm trusting you, Mariana.
We have a couple of questions and also some amazing comments. So we have a question from Lexi. What do you say to clients who are very connected and need constant access to self-service Wi-Fi? How is connectivity while driving, hiking outside of hotel Wi-Fi? So I live in Nicaragua, so we travel a lot between Nicaragua and Costa Rica. So we're constantly taking the highway, and I can say we've never had an issue with connectivity. My phone service is from the US, and I've never lost Wi-Fi or connectivity. There are some spots maybe throughout the highway where you can lose connectivity for 5 minutes, but overall, you have great connectivity. In terms of hiking, there might be a little more empty spots in terms of connectivity. But like I said, overall in the country, that shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, then we have a comment from Terry. She'd like to say, this is wonderful. I have used UJV for Europe and welcome the chance to plan Costa Rica with you. Thank you, Terry. And Lexi, I don't know if I answered your question or if you like to ask anything else.
Yeah, no, and Lexi, I just wanted to add, I actually worked a little bit during our FAM, and I have absolutely no problems connecting to the Wi-Fi, answering questions from the rest of our sales team while we were in destination as well. So like Mariana said, maybe some areas when you're disconnecting, of course, and you're going on a hike, but overall, it was a great experience with connectivity.
Okay, yeah, no, thanks. It's just some of my clients are hesitant to consider going there because in general to Costa Rica, because they need to just be available, and it's not a destination where you can just go for a weekend. So if they're trying to figure out a week and they want to actually take advantage of the experiences and hike, they just need to know that if their phone rings, they can be accessible, and otherwise they're too nervous to even consider it as a destination in general. So I just needed to know how to field that kind of feedback or question from them.
Yeah, no need to worry about that. Like I said, there might be in hike some spots that you may lose signal, but overall, it's you can call, use Wi-Fi. In
Okay.
Costa Rica, everyone uses WhatsApp call, so Wi-Fi
Yes,
is very,
exactly.
Wi-Fi
Yeah.
is very strong. So yeah,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
And actually, one more thing, if like I'm actually planning a trip to Costa Rica for myself for my first time, if I wanted to reach out to you guys, I'm not finished my trip yet. Who would be like the right person to sort of speak to on your team about inquiring about just a personal visit? Because I'm trying to get the lay of the land to help all my clients who are thinking about going.
Yeah, do you know who your business development director is?
I don't think so. I can follow up with you by email later.
Why don't you put your email in the chat, and then I'll message you and connect.
That would be
But
great. Thank you.
yeah, totally.
So excited for you, Lex. You're going to love it.
Yes.
Awesome. We have a comment from April. Love Costa Rica and love UJV Africa. You have helped me book some
Aw.
amazing experiences.
Let us try it for Costa Rica. And you know what? I hate to draw the Africa comparison, but Mariana, you kept mentioning that, especially during the dry season, that the amount of wildlife viewing opportunity was so similar to an African safari. So I think that's really cool to keep in mind too.
Yeah, it is. And the hospitality and really the warmth of Central American people is very special. And you don't have to travel that far away.
We might be a little biased, but it is true.
We're by. We are. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool, guys. Well, thank you. Marina, make sure to get her email as well so we can reach back out. But thank you guys. We really appreciate your time, and yeah, just hopefully you fell in love with Costa Rica a little bit during this process, and we hope to help you book your next trip.